welcome back to the channel, video number 2. First of all, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's the time to watch my previous video and sent obviously lovely messages of support, and the response has been really good. Thanks a lot again. You know, this week it's race week, first race week of 2025 for Manchester 2. We've got Friday relays and Monday we've got the mixed doubles. 2 horrendous times, which is not great, but it's something new. It's a new experience, new challenges. Yeah, let's see how this week goes. Started this week Monday and Tuesday. Well, Monday night I was just finishing my last night shift, so I tend not to train between the 2 nights because obviously my performance isn't going to be great and I'm very sluggish. Don't get me wrong, there's been times where I've had to train, but majority of the time I like to move training away from them 2 night shifts just because I'm sluggish and I'm really struggling. So I try and prioritise sleep as best as I can. So race day 1 is finally here. Team relay tonight at 9 o'clock this evening, which is a bit mad. Never raced that late, normally wrapped up in bed by that time. But really excited. With the race being on so late this evening, it gives me a bit of a free time today to sort of get a little bit of movement in. Probably just go for coffee and a couple of steps and just get the legs feeling a little bit sharp so I'm not sitting on my bum all day. Good chance for me to get a couple of meals in. I know we have to, because this is the first time we've done the relay before, we have to go to a team brief. So it'd be a good insight to see how the race actually is set up and how we're actually doing it. I've seen bits of it from the World Championships last year, but as I say, go to that this evening, get a couple of meals down me today, a couple of coffees, and then let's see how we get on this evening at 9 o'clock. So how I'm attacking food today, I really want to try and get 4 meals in, especially with it being such a late race. I can sort of treat it like a normal day with how I normally eat, but I just change a few meals around. So normally I'd eat oats first thing in the morning. It's just a staple meal that I've loved for years, and I'll carry on eating it till the day I die, I reckon, because I think oats, porridge, top tier. So yeah, I'll push that to later on in the day, so make a overnight oats just because I won't have access to a microwave. So I'm just gonna rustle some of these up. Overnight oats are banging anyway. So sourdough, a couple of eggs, bit of bacon medallions. Then 2 PM, I think, speaking to Nath, I think we were actually gonna grab a bite to eat in Manchester before they have to check into the hotel. So grab something to eat in Manchester, maybe like a Nando's, something dead simple like that, something that I know is not going to affect my stomach too much, because that's the last thing you want running in a Hyrox race, is your stomach feeling like absolute rubbish. So, and then I'll bang the oats in like 6, half 6. I like to have a bit of a bigger buffer between my biggest meal to the race time. So some people say 1.5 hours, some people say an hour, but it's all dependent on you. But I'll take mine about 6, so that gives me 3 hours at least for it to be well settled by then and in my system, because there's nothing worse than running with a full and iffy stomach after food. I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse of me making my overnight oats of sorts, but yeah, this just happened and it's just gone everywhere. As you can see, sound that. Yep, let's restart.
They're going to run out at the time of your start wave, and they're going to go past the end sign.
Joey's done it. It's end by 15:22.3. They did it in 57 minutes 14.
So, Manchester 2 is finally done. I just thought I'd come back onto this and do a little bit of an outro and how the race weekend went and how both races went on some of the challenges and things I need to improve on in the next 7 weeks going into Glasgow. So yeah, Friday night relays. One race even the lads said we underestimated tenfold. Extremely tough, fast-paced race. So if you've never done the relay before, how it works is you're in a team of 4. It can be mixed or 4 men, 4 women. All run a 2k each and you just have 2 exercises to do each. So for me it was sled push, and to say my legs died after the sled push would be an understatement. I think the feeling you could ever compare it to is that first time you ever do the sled push in your first Hyrox race, and I was just intense, running fast, go straight into that sled and don't stop. And my word, when I got to the end of the 4 lengths, my legs were just shot. It felt like 2 bananas. So I finished the sled in a 1:58. My first run was a 4:13. Not the quickest run in the world to be competitive, especially in that relay. My second run was a 4:34. So definitely, I thought I was recovered when I was in the relay area, and I was just like, obviously I weren't, my legs were just shot, and I got a 2:57 on my sandbag lunge. So overall on the weekend we finished a 57:11, which I think for our first time outing is absolutely unbelievable, you know. Definitely learning lessons coming from it. But for our first time as a 4, I think we raced incredibly hard and it was proper enjoyable. The toughest thing was getting through the crowds of people to cross the red line to tap your mate in. But if you're ever thinking of maybe doing a first Hyrox, give that a whirl, for your mates, have a laugh and really get stuck into it. So that was at 9 o'clock, so at 9 p.m. So by the time I got home from Manchester, it was maybe midnight. Not the best preparation, obviously, going into Sunday, but at least I wasn't racing on the Saturday, so it wasn't eating too much into like recovery and stuff. So coming to Sunday, the mixed doubles debut, 8 o'clock in the morning, got up 4:15, an early start. So the only thing is that I know you've seen earlier on in the video a bit of snippets into the team relay, but unfortunately I didn't have someone to record DJI the footage from the mixed doubles race, so I'm going to put a photo up somewhere here about the time we got and the picture we got at the end. So Hyrox doubles, we got a 1 hour and 4 seconds. Oh, so like for 5 seconds, I'm absolutely over the moon with the time. I couldn't have raced any harder, give it everything, but then 5 seconds may hurt a little bit. We were analysing the race, a post-race, and we were like, oh, if we didn't get no rep on the wall ball here, and if like hindsight's a great thing, but for our first outing as a mixed doubles pair was, I think, brilliant, especially in such a stacked lineup. I think when I walked into the tunnel, there was Sandy and Danny Ray, Zoe Ray, and Commando Charlie, like these big like names in the Hyrox area, and I was just like, this is going to be an incredibly quick race, albeit. So our first lap was at 2:39. I know it was a shorter lap, but still a 2:39 was ridiculous. It's like I come into the ski and I was like, oh, I'm pretty smoked here already. But like, I think on the averages, we were running 4:01 Ks, which was quick, but for me, that is like, coming away from this weekend, that is my biggest, I wouldn't say downfall, but my next thing I need to like improve on even more. Like, don't get me wrong, in the last year I've improved running tenfold, but to be competitive again, I need to be running quicker, but comfortable at that quicker pace as well, because I felt like I was, at times on the Ks, I was really struggling to hold it. And so I think coming up for me in the lead up to Glasgow is a big running block, which, to be honest, the race is a 55% running race, so more running volume going up. So the plan of action, this is recovery week sort of, so my coach has given me them to do 4 sessions this week, nothing too intense, just to get things ticking over again. And then next week, which will be the start of, let me just get the calendar up, which will be the 3rd of February, is when we start our training for Hyrox singles Glasgow. So training will adjust a bit, because we've been training for doubles for the last 11 weeks. So the volume is going up, but as well this week, well, the 4th of February, I have got a athlete testing. Is this essential? Probably not, but I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to stuff like that, and I want to see where I can improve, where my weaknesses are. So I'll definitely take the DJI along with me so we can document the day. So like, I'm sure it's like VO2 testing, power output testing, and get a big breakdown of how I'm doing, where's performance at, where do I need to improve. So really excited to get stuck into that. And like I said, it's not something that's absolutely essential, but for me, I love that sort of thing, and every race I want to go into, I want to be better. I've got a time for Hyrox Glasgow, I'm not going to say it, but my previous best in the open singles is 1:11. So I just want to say thanks again for tuning into my videos, and I hope you're enjoying it and just seeing a little snippet. I'm trying to be a bit more intentional, picking up the camera when I'm doing stuff throughout the day, so I'm hoping as the videos go on and on leading into Barcelona, which is obviously the A race for this year, the videos and the footage I get will be a lot more, like, get better as we go. But as I say, if you don't mind, could you just like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I appreciate yous. Thanks again.